look at GOVX. This one is gapping up today on some news. It had a previous run, about maybe 2 months ago in May, where, looking at the daily, we've basically go from 75 cents in the span of 3 days, 3 trading days, up to 340. So it definitely has potential for big moves. Over the past 2 months, though, it's been in a really pretty strong downtrend. But today, breaking out of that lower end of the downtrend today, you can see we gapped up a little bit in the pre-market. Had a little consolidation at that 1.1 level, which is something we've established on the daily previously as a point of consolidation. So not surprising that it kind of finds a home there in the pre-market. On the open, nothing too explosive, but we do kind of get a move up to the 120, which, it had hit a little bit in the pre-market, broke it, but not anything strong. And wasn't able to hold. You can see that going in again. Strong move up to it, but then in this consolidation around the 120, you can see our RSI is decreasing. And then if I can get this volume to look right, the volume is also decreasing. Kind of indicator it's going to break down. It does, but it finds support again at that 1.1 level. And then it's really almost kind of a slower grind throughout the day. We do have a bit of a nicer breakout out of the 120 on the second attempt, which I think maybe is kind of the change of character and momentum of, uptrend of the day. We kind of hit resistance at pre-market, then on the open, but kind of coming through on bigger volume with the breakout. Now you can see it's stair-stepped its way up throughout the day. We have this 143, basically 140 level. Again, a bit of a point of consolidation previously, earlier in the year, as well as a little bit of resistance in this recent downtrend. So that's what you can see. It kind of hits up, doesn't really break through on the first attempt, kind of consolidates, around that level for a good chunk of time. But then we finally get a breakout with some bigger volume. Again, continuing the momentum up until we hit that 185 level, which again was a previous point of consolidation on the daily, as well as consolidation in the recent downtrend. Overall, it closed pretty strong here at the end of the day, above VWAP, closing strong with the open when we were still getting some trading ongoing right now. Not significant volume, but decent. I'm going to look at kind of a wedging up on the 5-minute for a break, possibly over the 1.7 level. I think in terms of tomorrow, definitely want to watch. It might have some legs tomorrow if it can kind of continue this consolidation. Really, just kind of went sideways in the extended hours. I think a break of this 185 level, ultimately break of 2, is what could really send it moving. You're going to have a lot of people, or rather a lot of short positions, I would say, in that consolidation around 2 area. So a break of 185 of 2, and then I'd say another key level really is 230. I would say first look for the 185 for possible move up to 2. If it can break 2, then maybe up to 2.3, breaks 2.3, up a little bit more probably. Depending on how much momentum it has. On the flip side, if it can't really hold this 145, 140 level, you might get a breakdown back to maybe. It kind of has some consolidation of the day in 130 and 120. So maybe there's some intraday plays there, but if it breaks this 140, I think ultimately it's going to go back to this 110. But just one to watch, I think, for tomorrow. It depends on what it does in the extended hours. Looking really strong right now. Let's take a look at another previous kind of runner and gapper, but wasn't a bit of a downtrend recently. RDBX. This one broke out today. I don't remember if there was really a catalyst. I think maybe that there was, but really just kind of exploded in the morning, halted. Let's see if I can get to it. Halted around that like 3.8 level. I mean, this is a really low float. And kind of now it's definitely a name that people look to trade. So it's not that surprising that it made a huge move up from almost $3 to $6.50 essentially. Previously in its previous run up, it kind of touched on $18, so it definitely has potential to really move up. I think this kind of like 625 range, maybe. See if I can write it out. It's definitely a point of it's a level of inflection. Did I drill that out correct? Yeah. That's kind of what we saw today. That resistance at that 625, previous consolidation over the kind of both on the uptrend and the downtrend of the recent big move for this. I mean, in terms of strength of how it closed, not as strong as you perhaps would have liked to see for a continuation to the upside. However, that being said, it's definitely holding this 518 pretty strongly, and then just based off the history of this, and it's a low float, it's going to have pretty big volatility as evidence today. So if it can hold this 515 range, kind of consolidate in that 5 to maybe 575, maybe we see another uptrend with a possible test of 625. I think that's kind of the move. Then you're looking for a slow grind after there with a breakout possibly over 625. On the other hand, if it can't hold this 515 range, maybe we see a stop at or rather a consolidation at 475. Otherwise, we're looking just another downtrend over the next couple of days. I think ultimately, though, with its history, it's definitely one to watch. More so on the long side, I think it's a really risky short, but entry is only really feasible if we can hold this and maybe start to see buyers stepping in for a possible wedge up to the 625 or the breakout. That might be the play to look for.